Hello, I'm Hannah, welcome back to my channel, and today we are doing part 3 of the apartment build series. We're going to be doing a super cute family apartment, so let's get into it. Okay, so part 3. I actually started with a plan for this one for once, which is a big change for me. Like, I usually start with a plan of the vibe, but not like an actual floor plan, or at least I would do that with a house, but not typically with like the apartments that I've done so far. And yeah, so I decided that this was going to be this apartment was going to be for a family, and there's going to be a bedroom for whatever responsible adult you choose to put in there, and then 2 children's bedrooms, one for a toddler, one for a child. And this is the biggest apartment in the whole complex in terms of amounts of rooms, although it's exactly the same size as the rest of them. But I feel like the layout of this is planned quite well. The only thing that I would change is to add another bathroom, because with at least 2 children and at least 1 adult in an apartment, that one bathroom maybe isn't the best idea. But I am really happy with how it all came out, and yeah, I faffed around so much in the bathroom because like the tiles I chose matched my reference image, but then I couldn't match the tiles on the bath itself to those tiles, so then I had to just give in and just choose the mint green chevron tiles to match. And I'm really happy with it in the end, but like, you know, when you've just got such a set plan in your head and then you have to do something different from that plan, it's just so annoying. I don't often do counters in my bathrooms. It's not something that I've done for a little while, actually. So I think they came out, like, they work really well in this space, and I think they came out really nicely. Although it will forever annoy me that, like, without having to make everything, like, do the sort of, like, clipping glitch that, like, that you have to put the sink on one of the counters and you can't just put it in the middle. And I understand they're 2 separate objects, but it doesn't make it less annoying for my aesthetic dreams. Also, does it annoy anybody else that there's only 1 toilet roll in the base game of Sims 4? Like, a toilet roll holder, like, can there not just be more? Like, it doesn't match every bathroom. We're just getting onto the toddler room, and one thing that really annoys me about the toddler stuff is that, like, it's either insanely bright colours or, like, really muted, like, greigey kind of colours, which is, like, that's, like, can there not just be, like, an in-between kind of thing? Like, because, like, look at the furniture, like, the walls and stuff, that's so bright and nice, but, like, the furniture is just so, like, muted and boring. What child wants that? I mean, I think we all know my take on sad beige mums at this point. Off topic from the toddler room though, what is everybody thinking of the audio at the moment? Because I have finally managed to get my other microphone working. It took forever to sort it out, and it turns out it was just that the cable was dodgy because I am an idiot. But it's fixed now anyways, and typically I like the sound of this microphone better, but let me know what you guys think, because I don't like my headset mic, which is what I was using before. But yeah, I mean, maybe I'm wrong. Tell me if I'm wrong. Okay, so in the child's bedroom, we've gone for a very pink, pastel, not ethereal, I don't know, like clouds kind of vibe. Clouds is not a vibe, so that's why I went with ethereal. And I know that meditation cushion underneath the bunk bed is not going to be functional there. However, I think it looks cute, so mind your business. Also, without the Sims 3 camera to reposition these cushions, I don't know what I'd do, because like the Sims 3 camera is the saving grace of any build. It's the only way to make anything look normal and not like you've gone, yes, I would like that pillow on a 45-degree angle or a 90-degree angle, and those are my only options. Onto the master bedroom. I had no idea that if I looked at the other swatches of, well, I mean, I knew, but like, I hadn't looked at the other swatches of this wallpaper from the ranch pack, and I actually love it for this. Like, it gives like modern paneling vibes when it's absolutely not supposed to give that, but I love it. Yeah, I think the blue is a very, like, the muted blue is very nice. It's giving grown-up parents' bedroom. Not that I know anything about what grown-ups are supposed to be like, because in my mind I am a 23-year-old teenager. I wanted to leave the rest of the walls in this room white and then just have the one wall of paneling, so it was like an accent wall, and it's like, I don't know, it's like a realistic room that someone would be in, but like, I feel like whenever I leave the walls just white, they just look boring, and then you have to fill them with things, but then like filling them with enough stuff, that's a whole thing. But anyways, let's move on. I swear I barely ever use the modular sofas, the sectional sofas, whatever you want to call them. I barely ever use them in most of my builds, but apparently in this block of apartments I was like, yeah, every single apartment needs them. Don't know why, but I guess that's just what we've done. And I mean, you'll probably see in a lot of the jump cuts of the editing in this that I moved that sofa about 10 times before I figured out where I wanted it to go. Unless I edited it to make it look smooth, and I'm just outing myself like I always do. Yeah, I think I maybe did actually edit it to look somewhat smooth. Look at me go. And yeah, it took me forever to do this living room, but finally, after a lot of stressing, it was actually something that I liked in the end, which is, you know, the aim, I guess. And I think it fits in with the vibes, because I've gone with the very, like, the natural woods and the tones from that to give it sort of like, not sad beige mum, but like family home beige adjacent, even though that's not a thing at all. Can anyone hear that plane flying past my house? That is okay. I really love the way that I did this little dining room. Although I hate the placement of chairs on this table from the ranch pack, because like, it's such a cute table, but it's like, why can I only put them at a really weird diagonal and not just like a normal, like, I understand it's because they want more spaces for more chairs, but what if I just want to put them somewhere else, please? But no, I'm so happy with the way that this came out. I feel like it does look a little bit bare with where like the desk and the bookcase are, but when I made that rug bigger, it just looked bad. So I'm happy with the way it's came out. And then I feel like I always really try to fill spaces, but like, you don't need to. Like, if it was a real house, they would need access, and that's what that space is for. Okay, so the reason that there's already flooring in this kitchen before we've started is because I redid this kitchen and refilmed it about 3 or 4 times before I finally found like a combination that I was happy with, and it annoyed me to absolutely no end. Once I'd done everything else, I redid it and then managed to match the vibes, and I was very happy with it, but the stress leading up to it, oh, I tell you, no. I did put a half wall there to like bridge the gap, but then I was like, what are you doing? You don't need to do that, because like the railing on the half wall is so ugly, like the trim. So I was like, just get rid of it and just move objects and put them together and bridge the gap, and it's fine. And it was fine. Although if it's not functional, that's not my problem if it's not functional. If it's not functional, I am sorry though. I really didn't intend for that. But it just needs to look pretty. I don't think I've ever used these kitchen counters in a build before, so I guess it's quite fitting that the first time I choose to use them is in a rental apartment, since it's from the For Rent pack, I think. If I got that wrong, then I'm just going to look like an idiot. But, I mean, that's no change from usual. I mean, choosing the appliances for this was so hard, because like none of the swatches looked right. They just looked ugly, but like I was like, I'm just gonna vibe with where we're at now. And I like this wallpaper for the space because I feel like it matched the cabinets, but then putting it everywhere was a lot. So I was like, okay, we'll just do the 2 walls opposite each other, and I think that looks good enough as it is. Well, not good enough, but like good as it is, and I don't need to be like adding anything else. We're just finishing up with the kitchen, and then we will be getting into all of the screenshots. Thank you so much for watching. This build was a little bit out of my comfort zone, so I hope you enjoyed it. Let me know your thoughts, but as always, stay tuned for part 4.